Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to your May 2014 Runescope. My name is Amanda. As always, my normal spiel. If you want to get some clarification, as these readings are very general and directed towards thousands of people, your rising sign can give you, may clear some things up for you, clarify some issues from the sun sign reading, or give you other areas that may be lit up in May so you know kind of what to expect. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you and specifically for you is to schedule a consultation. I do those on Skype. They are $65 for a half-an-hour session. You can drop me a line at the email just below this video to schedule something. I do schedule those in the order I receive emails, so sometimes it can take a few days for me to get back to you, but I will get back to you, I promise. It just means there were quite a few people ahead of you. I do also want to take a moment and just thank all of you for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting my videos, but especially sharing with your loved ones and friends, because in April I have had more recommendations than ever before for readings from people I've read for in the past, or just people, sharing my videos, posting them up for people that they feel they may help. So, and I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm so happy that these videos seem to be resonating and helping the majority of you. I will continue to do them. I enjoy doing it. And I will continue to do it until I don't enjoy it anymore. So, or when it just seems to not be helping people, because then it's kind of pointless, really, isn't it? But Virgo, let's get into May 2014, see what you guys are going to be dealing with. There may be, for a lot of you, friction in your home, just arguing or in the family. Some of you may be involved in this, or others of you, it may be going on around you. And some of you may just be trying to avoid it. You may be just not, because you're just tired of dealing with it or not in the mood to deal with it in May. So, but the runes are saying, Virgo, like, to resolve any issues, if you want to maintain this relationship, if you want to keep the lines of communication open with this person, if they deserve to remain in your life, then you're going to have to try to figure out a new way of relating. Something about the way that you have previously dealt with this person or dealt with this issue is not going to work any longer. If you continue on and do things the way you've always done them, you're going to get the same result, is kind of what the runes are saying. So a lot of you, though, may just be like avoiding dealing with it, but I do see some arguments and things, and this could be with, your mate, a roommate, an ex, your parents, a sibling, some of you may be conflicted over family. It may regard an estate, because when this card comes up, it can be an estate card, a will, and fighting over financial stuff and things, causing conflict in a family. So that, the main bottom line of it, though, Virgo, is conflict and domestic friction. But the thing is, you can turn it around if you just can find a new way to deal with it. And that may be why a lot of you take a step back in May. And I truly think maybe you should just take a step back in May and think of a new way to handle it, because the way you've been handling it is not getting the result that you want or the result that you need. So consider that in May, Virgo. Try to find a new way in. Try to find a new path to the goal in a relationship, I feel like a lot of you are just disappointed that things are going this way, as we normally are when there's friction with people that we care about. But I mean, all is not lost. You can turn this around if you want to save this relationship. Those of you who don't, maybe it's time that this relationship just end. For some of you, I do see that you're gradually moving toward that. Some of you may have already ditched someone. And if you have, this is going out to the Virgos who haven't yet done that. You may, because you're all in different, trying to lump everybody into one thing in these readings is difficult, because you're all at different stages of the same themes. But what I'm seeing for those of you who have given someone a second chance or have kept someone around where this situation just continues to intensify and get kind of nasty, in May, you may get to the point where this person's never going to change. I can't change this person. I mean, it may be a time of realization for you in May, Virgo. Now, this can be a job or in a business sense as well. It does not have to be a personal relationship, because I do have a lot of financial cards coming up around this as well. So, I mean, it could just be a job that you are fed up with, tired of being treated badly, tired of doing something that you hate to earn your living. So, I mean, in one way or another, Virgo, a lot of you are going to be thinking about severing a relationship, or just coming to the realization that it's time to start figuring out how you're going to do that. And that's what I think the vibe is going to be for May. It's not all going to be about that, but that's just going to be kind of going on in the background, you know, and on your mind, on your mind. A lot of this will be in your mind. Yes, there may be arguments and things, but there may only be one or two arguments, and the rest of the time you're just trying to kind of figure out where you want to go from here. Help that's going to be available to you. It looks like someone will make an offer to compromise on something. You may not get everything you want, Virgo, and the advice is not to push for everything you want. You are going to have to sacrifice or give up something to get something. You may need to take a risk of some sort to get what you need. The thing is, though, I mean, you may feel that something is out of your hands, out of your control. And Virgo generally is uncomfortable with that. I think everyone is, except maybe the fire signs. They kind of can roll with the punches a little bit better than the rest of us. But yeah, I mean, you know, it may be a change that you feel is being thrust on you, or somebody's trying to force you to change or change who you are in some way, and that's not cool. And it may be, again, you know, the runes are saying if anybody's forcing you to be anything other than yourself, or you know, forcing you to give up something that is very important to you, you're not on the same page with your goals, or if a job is forcing you to sacrifice time with your family, sacrifice, you know, things that you're not willing to give up, then it's time to sever that relationship. And you know, that's going to be the biggest help. Also, anything unexpected or anything that you feel is bad that happens in May is actually a good thing. It's freeing you, allowing you to open up to new things. It's going to, you know, clear the path for good things to come in. So anything that goes in May, Virgo, needs to go. And, you know, that's a theme that you guys have been dealing with for quite a while. Again, you're all at different stages of working through this kind of cleanse, getting rid of the negative from your life to allow the good in, you know, and it is going to get better. It's not going to stay like this. It's not going to stay like this, but you do have to get rid of what you're not keeping. It's just like cleaning out a closet. You do have to get rid of what you're not keeping to make room for the new stuff you're going to go get. The new, awesome, prettier stuff that you want. You got to make room for that. And that's what's going on, Virgo, for a lot of you and you're all at different stages of it. But May, I think, for a lot of you is going to be a turning point. Because again, we've still got that energy from the square astrologically in April spilling into the first few weeks of May. So once we get past the first few weeks of May, I think things are going to look a lot brighter for you, Virgo. What can't be changed is that you may get some advice that is hard to hear. Maybe it's this Runescope. You know, for some of you, maybe for some of you, it may come from a friend or a family member. And it's one of those things where I know I need to do that, but I just don't know how, or it just hurts too much. I don't know if I can do it, but I know my intuition is telling me this is what I need to do. I know you're right, but I don't know if I can do it, you know, and it's just one of those things where it's advice that's hard to hear. It's advice you need to hear, certainly advice you need to take, but it's difficult to hear it. It's difficult to give up on something that you've been invested in, or to let something or someone go that you have been invested in for a long period of time, because you feel like I've put in all this time. I've wasted this time, but you haven't. Time is never wasted, because we learn lessons along the way through all of these situations, arming us for what's coming and what's coming next. It's like school. It's really what this is. It's really what life is. It's a big school. We come down here to learn our lessons. We choose those for ourselves. And then we, you know, believe me, I'm not happy with myself for choosing some of the lessons that I have learned in this life. But at the same time, once you get through it and you look back, you think, God, I'm really I would not be who I am had I not gone through that. I would not know what I know now had I not gone through that. So you start to see the sense of things. And that's where the second half of May comes in for you, Virgo. You start to see things are making a little more sense. Okay, I see what's going on here. So by the end, you're poised to make a new beginning in some way. So again, some of you will be, changing your circumstances as far as, figuring out a way to leave a relationship. And maybe some of you do leave a relationship or leave a job, leave something behind, and you're going to have support. You're going to have people there. You're going to find people are very supportive of you in May, Virgo, be willing to help you, your family and friends. If you just need to talk to somebody, if you need to call someone, if you need to hang out, just meet for coffee so you can vent. I mean, people are going to be there for you for whatever you need. You need a place to stay, for a little while till you get your bearings, or find a new place. So you are going to find that people are available to you, Virgo. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes you can be too prideful and not call on people, not ask people. It is not weakness to say, I need your help. People will be there for you, and you need people around you in May. Some of you may just be considering a new venture, a new business idea, or something that you've been wanting to do, and some of you may be presenting this to a group or preparing to present this to a group. So that's another way this can work. You may be getting a presentation ready, and for the most part, there may be one or two detractors in whatever you have to say or for your presentation, but otherwise it's going to go swimmingly. I mean, the main person in charge is going to be like, yes, we're doing this. Or so if you're presenting something to a client or trying to catch a big fish, you will, because even if maybe some people in the room are tough, kind of a tough sell, the main person, the only one that matters really, is going to be all for it. So you are going to see the results of that. And some of you may be, concerned that if you take a risk and do change your life in a significant way in May, Virgo, you may feel, oh God, I shouldn't have done this. It's not going to turn out well, but it is. And you're going to quickly just give it until the end of May, because you're going to start to see the results, the harvest of this. Try to stay positive, as difficult as it may be sometimes. When dealing with tough issues, it's sometimes difficult to see the future or see what we're doing, see that we are cleansing, see that we are making room for new positive growth to begin. But that's exactly what you're doing. And by fall of this year, Virgo, you're definitely, most of you, those of you who are taking these steps, who are taking the advice, who are cleansing your life, getting rid of the negative people, the negative energy, because you have to do the work or you're not going to see the result. So those of you who have done this by the fall are going to start seeing the harvest, quite literally, the results, both financial, emotional, everything. So that's definitely something to look forward to, and definitely a good reason to get rid of things that are holding you back or bringing you down. And May, if you haven't started that, I feel like a lot of you may be getting a push to do that in May. If the universe is like, okay, you waited too long on this, we're gonna have to push you a little bit here to recognize what you need to get rid of and what's coming. So that is what I see for May, Virgo. It's still kind of tough for you guys, but it is going to get better. You kind of got to pull through this to get to the other side of that and start seeing the results. So good luck to you. I will see you back here in June.